Welcome to Theme Weavers, your weekly wisdom for weaving yoga themes into your classes to inspire your students. We're your hosts, Heidi
and Farin. Welcome to episode 9 of Theme Weavers. Today we're going to talk about Satya, the second Yama mentioned in the Yoga Sutras, which is found in Sutra 2.36. If you don't know what that is, or you want to learn about how to weave it through your class, then listen up. In case this is your first episode you're listening to, please check out episode 2 of Theme Weavers podcast for details and background on the structure of how and why to weave themes through your yoga classes. If you choose to use today's teaching on Satya, truthfulness, as your theme while using the Inspo sheet, then please find a way to turn our voices into yours. Make this theme authentic to you specifically.
Farin. Did you know that I used to end almost every class by saying, bring your palms to your forehead center. May we seek the truth and recognize it as we experience it. Bring your palms to your lips. May we speak the truth clearly and share it with all. Bring your palms to your heart. May we feel the truth in our hearts and follow the path we know to be good. That's how I ended every
I
single
love
one.
that.
Yeah.
Aww.
I changed it a year and a half ago to a new thing. But I might go back to this. But
Yeah.
I did that because I felt the teachings of Satya were so important that every class should end with it to remind students of this as they walked off their mats. Satya is all about finding your truth. But that feels like a super big thing to say. And not only is it big, but how do we find our truth? And what does that even mean? Right? It's about listening better to what we're already saying to ourselves. Our innate wisdom is already there within us. The answers are inside of us. So we don't even really need to find them, this like elusive truth within us, because all we have to do is listen to what's already there. And yoga and meditation gives us that space and that silence in order to hear, in order to listen to what's already within us. If Satya is about living our truth, then recognize that no one can tell us how we should listen for and find that truth within ourselves. It helps to think of Satya as your compass, helping you navigate life with integrity. It's not just about telling the truth to others, it's about being truthful to yourself. It's about aligning your thoughts with your words and with your actions, with what's real, what's authentic, what's honest. So when you practice Satya, you foster this deep sense of inner clarity and integrity.
I love that. We can solve a lot of problems by practicing Satya. Think about the times when you've been less than honest, whether that's with yourself or with others. It can lead to misunderstandings, confusion, and even conflict. So, Satya, truthfulness, is the key to clear communication and genuine connections. It helps you to build trust in your relationships and to find a true sense of self. Not only that, but when you don't tell the truth, you often feel pretty horrible inside, right? So, practicing truth will help us to align with the best feelings within ourselves.
I was thinking about, I probably shouldn't share this because he might get mad, but my son once lied to me. Well, he's probably lied to me more than once, but recently he lied to me and I didn't actually know that he was lying. I had no idea. And about, I don't know, like half of an hour later, he started crying and he's like, I just feel so horrible. I have to tell you what I did. And like he
Oh,
totally could have gotten away with it, but he was just full of such inner turmoil because he knew that he had told me a lie and the guilt of that totally ate him up inside. And so I know just how that can feel when you harbor something not truthful. And you think, even if you think you're going to get away with it, like you don't because of how bad it feels inside.
yeah. Aw,
You
poor
know,
kiddo.
I know. So practicing Satya clearly is not always easy. It's challenging because it requires vulnerability and asks us to confront uncomfortable truths, both about ourselves and the world around us. It can be really tempting to hide behind lies or avoid the reality of a situation in order to get away with things or to have an easier time or to look better to people. I know when I have a truth to say, I also get super nervous usually because I'm afraid others are going to judge me or think negatively about me. And I don't mean just like oh, I'm happy today, like that kind of a truth. I mean like deep truths that are scary to share with other people. It happens. It happens a lot. Um, in fact, Farron, I often reflect on the beauty of our friendship that we have and that there really are no lies that I know of. Do you have any lies for me?
I don't. There are no lies.
Right? Neither of us has this feeling of needing to hide anything. And maybe it's because we don't live in the same place or interact in the same like physical realm at the same time. Or maybe it's just that we're practicing these philosophies, these truths to help us be better people. So it makes it a little easier to share things that we might be shameful of or uncomfortable with. And we can just be really honest. There's no need to hide. And that's pretty unique and special and really refreshing for me and actually super freeing because not all relationships are like that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Love that.
So, facing these challenges and being willing to step into our truth while still remembering our first yama of ahimsa is important, right? So many people will say, like, oh, that might hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. So, I'm going to say it anyway. Like, there's ways to be truthful without
Mhm.
intentionally hurting other people. And I don't know that people always remember that. And this is not like a yama in and of itself where you can just start telling truths all over the place, irrelevant of what anybody else is feeling. But no, you have to think about the foundation of ahimsa, and then we build on top of that with truthfulness. So nonviolent truth, right? That's where this real work begins. So acknowledging and facing the truth while still being nonviolent in our truthfulness. For example, if sharing information is really unkind to someone else, even if it's truth, are we sharing truth in a nonviolent way? This is hard to think about, but super important because each yama builds upon the one before it and is the foundation for the ones after.
Yeah. So when we practice both of those yamas together, ahimsa, nonviolence, and satya, truthfulness, we can experience a profound sense of liberation because you no longer have to carry the weight of dishonesty, just like you shared about your son. He just could not hang on to that dishonesty and he had to just share that he had lied. Oh, so cute.
You know,
But he was definitely practicing satya, and I love that.
he's such a yogi.
Oh. I think kids just naturally are. Kids are natural yogis. And then as we get older, we start to, I don't know, stray away from the path. And then we have to get back to it.
Back to the path, not recreate something, but back to what's already within us, back to our truth,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yeah. So by practicing satya, you can find authenticity and confidence in your words and actions, knowing that you are speaking the truth. It's like removing a heavy mask that you've been wearing and revealing the beautiful truth of who you are. Have you ever had that experience, Heidi, where you know you're hiding behind something and you feel so much struggle and discomfort, and there's just this massive relief when you finally share?
Yeah, I think so. I think just in general, when you're connecting with somebody, right? So I'll just use our friendship for an example, right? Like I have all these truths that are part of my past that I think make up parts of me. And some of them I think are awesome, and some of them are less than awesome. But there's still things that have happened to me or things that make me up who I am today. And I remember this moment where I was like, I feel like I need to tell Farron these things, but like, how is she going to view me? Right? Is this going to shift the way that she feels? So I would like not tell you on purpose for a little while. This is like at the beginning of our friendship. And I'd hold
Mhm.
back. And I remember talking to you and thinking, like, actually feeling anxious about whether or not I'm going to say this thing or not. And then one day I just like decided to share with you. And we had some really meaningful conversations based on that. But I also just felt like, oh, thank God. Now, like, I can move forward because I'm not holding on to this anymore.
Yeah, like everything is just out in the open and there's nothing to hide. And like, I feel like when you share your truth and it's really your true, authentic self, and someone judges you for it or doesn't accept it or gives you grief for it, like that person isn't meant to be in your life then. You're not, what is that quote? I'm always thinking of quotes. Um, the people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind. Dr. Seuss,
I don't know.
maybe?
I don't know that one. I do like Dr. Seuss though.
Yeah, I think he said that.
I mean, that's hard though, Farron. Like, I was thinking about an example, even like, so we all use Instagram. Well, not all of us, but both of us use Instagram. And I noticed this pattern over like the past few years that whenever I make any reference in like a story or a post to the fact that I'm Jewish, people unfollow me. And I always would tell Farron, I'm like so frustrated by this. Like, this is like obvious anti Semitism, right? And you always said to me, then, like, you are living your truth. And if other people don't like it, you don't need them around you anyway. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
but blah, 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 blah. Like, I dig my heels in a little bit, but 100%. Like, you need to be authentic and truthful with who you are, your identity, the things that make you you, the things that you have to share. And if that doesn't align with somebody else's truth, then the beauty of this giant, beautiful world that we live in is that there's other people that can be there.
absolutely. You're going to have your own tribe, your own circle, and the people who don't want to be in it, they don't need to be there. Bye.
Yeah. You make it sound so easy. It's not that easy. Okay, so let's move along from this. I'm loving this conversation though. But now, how do we weave this throughout our class, right? Maybe a thematic through line phrase of what is your truth and how does it show up for you in your practice? Or ground your practice in truth and authenticity.
Yeah. Or how can you make this pose feel true to you in your body?
What? I love that. I love that. I love that so much.
You can find those phrases and other things on our inspo sheet found at themeweaversyoga.com/episode 9. We have some inspirational quotes that help to remind us of the practice of Satya, some songs that help bring the theme to life, a mantra, a mudra, a pranayama practice, some postures, and a meditation to weave into your class. A really cool peak pose for this might be Ardha Matsyendrasana, or half Lord of the Fishes pose. I always wondered why that one's not just Lord of the Fishes. Like, why is it half? What's the full one?
I don't know, but maybe because only one leg is on top.
So would a full Lord of the Fish be two legs folded? We need to look this up later.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, half Lord of the Fishes pose. As you twist, you can imagine yourself unraveling the layers of untruth and revealing the authenticity within.
I have the answer for you because I
Oh,
Googled
what
it.
is it?
Full Lord of the Fishes pose is actually includes the bind of the arm too. So it's not just like one leg is over and then you're twisting. The arm that's
Uh-huh.
behind you, usually on the ground, comes like around and hooks and like binds. So it's like,
So it's not like bound half Lord of the Fishes.
yeah, I don't know
It's
why.
just
I don't know. Anyway, as you wind down your physical practice and prepare to walk off of your yoga mat, you can notice how your yoga practice doesn't have to end. Every moment is an opportunity to create a new way of showing up in your life and a new opportunity to bring awareness to exploring Satya and showing up for ourselves and others with truthfulness and authenticity as our guide. As you walk off of your mat, set an intention of exploring beyond asana to continue your practice of Satya, the second yama that enriches our life and those around us with our truth and with our full, complete authenticity.
you can again go to our website, themeweaversyoga.com/episode 9 to pick up the inspo sheet for Satya and help you bring the theme alive in your own voice and in your own practice and teaching. Then reach out to us on social media or email to tell us how it lands. We're here to support you, fellow yoga teacher, in your class preparation and delivery. So we want to know how we can be of the most support. Tune in next week for another episode of Theme Weavers, where we'll help you feel prepared to go on and inspire your students in your next class. Until next time.
We weave you in.